What a flash. What a flash. Not my penis. My penis. The energy is failing. Fuck is this shit anyway? What's this? What is this? It's 4 o'clock. That's what it is. It's 4 o'clock on the. Is it the 6th of March? Who knows? I think I got home at 3 o'clock. I think I've been home an hour. I don't know. Check the tweets. Yeah, I'm just going to recap the US stuff. I was going to do it tomorrow, and I thought, you know what? I could just keep it going. I felt full of energy. The energy's failing. The energy is failing after 1 hour. We'll have a coffee and see how it goes. May have a beer. May do a gig tonight. But I'll have to leave in an hour or so if I do that. So it'll be fun. So I might down this and then have a beer. Keep it going. Keep the train going. What a journey. What a last 24 hours or whatever. Absolutely mental. Oh, coffee's good though. Coffee is good. I've got to say. Sorry, Caitlin. Hey, yeah, do you know what? I was all positive, but then remembered I hadn't plugged a load of shit in. And then didn't get a coffee, and half the kitchen's all apart, and there's no excuse really apart from I was disorganized. But hey, I'm a little, as I said, I'm flagging. I back like I've been away for so long. I thought I'd pop on today and just do a little bit of bullshit. I will be organising a lot more interesting things for this. I'm going to get in touch with Shannon. We've got to start running a preview of what we're doing at Brighton Festival next month. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to organise. So March is going to be a funny one. That's why I should probably just go and do a set tonight just to fucking yell at people, to be honest with you. And just to see if I really want to upset these people that run this night. Because last time, a few weeks ago, at the end, I just walked out making loud vomiting noise. I know that's autistic. I don't know. Whatever it is, I just walked out the room. And I just met these people that night. I just walked out the room going... It's immature. I know. I think I kicked the door as well. I'm also a psychopath. I've got 10 personalities. It's fine. I'm going to really try tonight and be normal. And I'll see. I'll be testing the waters. But soon I'm going to be gazumping them and running a far better night. And I don't care whose toes I tread on. I'm just doing some reconnaissance right now. But I do need to go and do something. Forgive you, thank you so much. Kelly's in the house. Oh, Kyle as well. Yeah, I got confused, even though the colouring and the names were slightly different as well. The lighting's all fucked up in here. I had it all right before I went away in this room, but just bear with me because I'm ordering a lot of shit, so things will be looking different. I mean, I cut the trip short by 2 days, first of all, which was a whole fucking nightmare, which I will bitch at you about later. But I guess, 3 days in New York really was good. I got in at like 2 p.m. I was in my hotel by 3:30. It was super easy to get from JFK I was staying in Midtown. Now people aren't doxing me like Craig fucking Junction doxing me all over the fucking internet. There wasn't loads of them. There was 2 of those fucking hotels there. Not people turning up. But yeah, I didn't have time to do everything I wanted to do anyway. But Monday was a bit chaotic because I kind of got in 3:30. I chilled out for a bit, then went out to get some beers, a beer shower. Left later than I wanted to do. I went to some, I don't even remember the name of it, to go and watch a comedy show, and then I went up after that at another night in a separate room, and all the times were off. So yeah, a bit weird. The barman was selling weed. Everything was fun. Immediately have my accent talked about by a lady comedian there. Don't even remember her name. I think, can I make notes sometimes about other people's sets, and I probably just say Ginger would smash. Probably something. I'll look it up. I got my phone somewhere. I walked in and said something like, "Oh yeah, I'm here for the show or whatever," and I fucking saw this bitch. And I mean that with all due respect. Turn around and go, "I'm here for the show." Can we not do that as soon as I've? Yeah, so that was fun. Anyway, it's fun. It was good. Then I walked home in the rain. Went into an Irish bar. Someone brought me a beer. I sat at the bar. I brought a beer, and then someone else a man brought me a beer, didn't even try and fuck me. Then he left. I was like, that was good. I like that. Buy me a beer, then just leave. Like 2 words. That's all I want. And then walked home in the sleet and got terrible pizza. Was yelling through the streets of New York about how bad New York pizza was. Just yelling and upsetting kids. And then I think I did a drunken stream that night. Who knows what went on. Day 2 was, I went for a massive walk down, where did I go? Down to where the Comedy Cellar is and all that stuff. Mooched around there on a Twitch stream, and then went to meet Mind Dog, who was upset that I was taller than he was. So I thought he was about the same height, but I don't know. He's got this weird little dome. I've got this weird little dome at the top. But he just said, "You're fucking taller than me over fucking here." And I was like, all right, calm down. But that was good because we went out, we walked around, got a couple of bits of pizza, which was better than the shit that I had last night. It wasn't amazing. It was all right, though, to be fair. The first slice was good. The second slice was average. Bang average. Then we went to a dispensary and Napo brought a load of drugs. And then we went to Jack Dempsey's Irish bar, where a real Irish person, who I started immediately talking to, and Mind Dog was like, what the fuck is going on? I've got 2 accents to keep up with now. But we're talking about real football. We watched a real football game in there. Day drank with Mind Dog. He put a few pints away, to be honest. I was impressed. He's not a drinker, but he's fallen into a little bit of that booze recently. So I think it's starting to take over his mind. It's drugs now, it's booze. There's probably going to be some Adderall or whatever, Ritalin going on in there soon as well. Bit of Coke. We'll get him into the Coke at some point. But that was a fun afternoon. And then I brought more beers and we went back and did the drunk podcast, which I haven't even looked at. I know he had 3 cameras. Didn't tell me he started streaming. Didn't tell me it was going to be live. So that was very interesting. We didn't have audio for 10 minutes on one of them, but I don't know if he's fixed that. Haven't had a chance to speak to him much since, actually. But then we walked down from Midtown to the Stand, down Broadway, pretty easy walk. And then went to the Headless Horseman down that way, somewhere around 17th, 16th. And that was good because we met Kat and Steve in there. It was, they only exist on they exist on a little box to me as I exist on a little box to them. But it was fun. I just got given beer, tequila immediately. That was good. And then I got palmed some drugs. I got palmed a big bag of fucking drugs. And I said to people, I said, look, I appreciate it, but I have zero tolerance. Don't give me a bag. I'm here for a few days. I got the bag. And then we went into the Stands. I think at this point, Mind Dog was trying to stop drinking, but he couldn't. Ginger 10 would smack. Well, let me find out. Let me go back to that. But yeah, we went to the Stand and saw a good line. I'm going to get everyone's name off that list. Joe List actually was there. Norman killed it. Janine Garofalo, of course, as well. Fucking fun. I'm trying not to. I've got nothing on again. Basically because I'm doing laundry right now and I've put in everything in there. Give me a second. I thought I'd plug this in. I've got cables coming out of my dick again. 10 out of 10 word smash. 8. Jack Dempsey's. Just because we were just looking for a pub and just randomly saw it and went into the first place we saw after the dispensary, to be honest. And a real Irish person, which is always nice. Even in the UK, you very rarely get a real Irish person in an Irish bar. I think I've got one near here. I do like it. You either got to have a barman or an old man next to you. You're not drinking that, are you? You're not drinking that. What are you drinking that beef toner? You're not drinking that, are you? I got in 2 hours ago. I've had the worst journey in the world. It was good. There were some maniacs in there though, from Long Island, and Mind Dog didn't admit that he was from Long Island because the barman was like, "Yeah, they're from Long Island," because they were getting a bit loud at 3 p.m. Just little loud people in their little dock worker hats. But anyway, we went to the Stand list. Norman Garofalo. There was some great. I did look up one of the other guys' names as well. I need to get the whole list from that night. Everyone was good. It was fun. I did decide to take some of those said drugs during watching the Stand. I think I had half of whatever Kat gave me, which I thought that'll do. That will definitely do. Pretty sure I popped another half, and then remember being in a bar afterwards, being extremely paranoid and kind of angry at Kat, Steve, and Napo, going, "You drugged me," and then things were starting to echo, and I thought, "Here we go." Then everybody went home. I had to walk Napo back to the hotel, except by that time I was really fucked up and didn't know the way, and we were just yelling like an old married couple again. It's this way, that way, this way, that way. Good fun. And then he gave me one of his sample fucking cube things. So I know I probably should have about 8 or 10 milligrams, right? But I had probably about 45. I know it's not a lot to some people, but for me it really is. I'm trying to find that picture now. So I took a picture of it, and he goes, "Eat that over here." So I just ate it, but I did have enough brains to take a picture for evidence. And then as I'm chewing it and swallowing it, I'm like, "Was that weed?" Didn't even check. I didn't even check. Should have checked. Didn't check. And then the adventures. Yeah, I'll show you what I look like by the end of the night. Yeah, I just got this cube in my hand and popped that. And then I got mine up to the hotel. I thought, well, I'm staying out. Fuck these idiots. I'm staying out. I'm gonna find a bar on my own and go and upset some people. Went into an Irish bar somewhere. The fuck, I don't know. I've got a picture of it, which was fine. But then I think there was a sex couple next to me, like an older gentleman and a younger wife. Yeah, they were saying some weird shit. I can't bother to talk about that. But I did say to the guy, I said, look, I'm really fucking high. My friends dosed me, I said. I got drugged. So if I do anything weird, it's because of that. So I had a few beers. I knocked one over. But at one point, I know I just lost consciousness. And I'm so glad I was in a place where I wasn't getting raped, even though there was a sex couple. But I think they even thought, well, he's too, he's too out of it. This is rape. But I could have been raped, robbed. I just came round at the bar. I was like, consciousness came back on. I was like, I must have been just zoned out here at the bar for 30 minutes or something. Then I was trying to pay and trying to drink and lift my bit, and I couldn't lift my arms up. I was just like, I was trying to lift the glass, and I was like, then I was trying to pay. I think it took me 30 minutes to get out of there, and then I didn't know if I could walk. And I thought, well, I can get outside, but will I just go in the doorway now, and that'll be that until a homeless man fucks me? Just fuck me, homeless daddy, with your boils, your penis. It smells of cheese. Bad cheese though, the one that's been kept in a sewer for a while. I thought, well, I'm doing my bit for the homeless people by letting him rape me, but would rather just give him a sandwich if I'm honest. Even money, go and take some heroin. Do the lot. Do all the heroin tonight. Help yourself out. But instead, I did make it back somehow. But I remember sending a picture to Kat because I was nearly vomiting and being sick. Yeah, I've got high videos. I need to check all this stuff. What the fuck is... All right, first of all, you see this one where I'm back in the hotel. But what if you zoom in, I think you can see I'm a little bit upset. Like the face, I don't know if you can see. But I think I'm quite... because I'm vomiting. And there's one here where I've got drool and tears. I don't know how well you can see it. I need to get these. It was supposed to be on a thumbnail, but I didn't have time to do it. I'll get them up somewhere later. It's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. I was just like, I'm so fucking high. I don't know what to do. And then the next day I was rough, but I walked for fucking miles. Went to see Epstein's house, of course. Did all that stuff, Central Park. And then I had a long day and then walked again the entire length of Manhattan. I got a 3 a.m. train to somewhere, to some fucking airport. And at 2 stations at 3 a.m. around New York, I thought I was going to die. It was great. There were police inside and outside. And I was like, fuck. And just got, aggressive homeless people going, he caught me a child molester, man. And I'm like, fuck, you probably are. But, don't. I'm the only foreign white guy outside here with money. And I feel good about this. So I thought I'd get in that cab. There was no Ubers, so I got in a cab. And as I got in the cab, the door was loose. And I thought, this isn't a real cab. I said, well, I haven't got any cash. You're supposed to take car. Right, I'll take you to some on the way. And then I thought, well, that's it. I hadn't any other choice. I needed to be at the airport in 20 minutes. I'd fucked the whole thing up. I needed to be there in 20 minutes or I was going to miss the flight to Nashville. So I'd already think, I've missed it. I'll just have some breakfast at the airport and go home. But he didn't rob me or rape me. And should I have been judged? I don't think I was prejudging that. I think it was a fair assumption that I'm probably going to get shot. He can't rob me. I haven't got anything on me. So, yeah, good. I made it. Nice. So, yeah, crying from under cheese. Shadow realm. Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, well, for the first time in a year and a half, I had about 45. So, and I knew, those fucking people told me it'd be fine, and I knew it's my fault. Dosed myself. Yeah. It was actually quite nice. It was quite a cold day, and it had been snowing the days before, so some of it was quite nice. It was pretty chill. Um, the worst homeless was probably around Penn Station late at night, and then I had to go to Newark Airport. Don't ask me why. The whole flight thing was a fucking nightmare. But Newark Penn was a fucking shithole, and it should be burned to the ground. Somebody should fly a plane into that train station tonight, and we'd all go, do you know what, Al Qaeda? You're not that bad. Just fucking into the whole area. Just take it out. Or a pilot that's depressed that takes off from Newark. Just take a hard right. Take out the whole area. Nobody good lives around there, and most of them don't have homes, and they're not good either. Fuck them. Fly a plane into it. I shouldn't have to feel like that as a white man. just get rid of it. Beautiful note. Oh my god. Just that was. I mean, 3 a.m. as well. That is like the worst time. I knew it was the worst time. It's like fuck, and I was the only person that needed to leave the station. There were regular people there, but everyone else. I was the only person that had to leave the station at fucking murder o'clock, which was great. But yeah, I don't think anything happened. I think apart from surviving death, it was basically okay. A load of New Jersey bros with their square heads and stupid beards were on there though, and then former. I basically saw Chris Multisanti. 2 generations before they would have been in the mob. Now they're occasionally just stealing some pizza or something. So some of them were on there, but it was fine. And then coming to Nashville hot at 7 a.m. By 8 a.m. Brocky's there already. By 8 a.m. we're in, dumb bitches in cowboy hats to go in there for bachelorette parties. By 8 a.m. we're in Waffle House, seeing those delights, just shoving some grease in there. I had some fucking Tex-Mex steak thing and a hash brown and coffee. By 9 a.m. we were drinking house beers. By 9 a.m. the house beers started. By 11 we were in a bar, ML Rose, I think it was. It was good. It was good times. Then more house beers, then a drunken stream. Then I tried to stream music, but I fell asleep in bed streaming. So yeah, I just played you guys adverts for 2 hours. So sorry if anyone stuck around for that. I was asleep. I woke up and it was 3.5 hours. I only did 20 minutes. How is that? I was so glad the camera wasn't on. I was just fucking asleep there. I don't know what state of undress I was in. And then day 2 was more civilized. Day 2 was a little tour downtown, go and see Zanies, go and see where Brett used to live and all that. Go and see the Pantheon, the Nashville is the Athens of the South or something. There's Greek shit there. I had a tale about a comedian that killed himself, which I thought was fucking brutal, but also kind of funny, because he didn't die right away. He just laid on the floor for 2 hours before they found him. Then he died. I was like, well, probably quite a funny way to go out in hindsight, but also brutal. And then I think we took a shit in the library, and then good and just Brett screamed out, what the fuck is this place so fucking different than it was 35 years ago, man? Sorry, that was Brett Black coming out again, not Brett Blockhead. But it was good. And then we just went honky tonkin, so we did Tootsie's, which had 3 bands going on in the bar, and I'm just fucking bewildered at this point, but it's pretty cool. We're day drinking by this point. One called Layla's, where it's okay, but the band, Brett told him I was from fucking England. He's like, well, you may know this international artist, Johnny Cash and Dolly. No, just play your fucking regular shit. And then you realise it's just daily shtick they do to get money, which is fine. But it's okay. The bar wasn't too good. And then the barmaid was like, oh, he's from England. He should go to the British pub. They have London Pride there. I said, why don't you go and fuck yourself? Why the fuck would I come to Nashville go to a fucking British pub? Dumbass. I'm not my brother, you clown. Someone called Robert says we went upstairs, found this little. No one was up there. It was just us up there, and downstairs was busy. We met this barmaid lady. So if you go in there, there's a good barmaid called Sarah who likes British sitcoms. We're talking about some of that stuff. And we just sat in there and sucked on some beers for quite some time. And then went out some shit place. The tornadoes are starting to come in at this point. things are blowing all over the place, and I'm just yelling at people at this point. There's bachelorette parties on those pedal bars, screaming in the cowboy hats, and I'm just yelling. I'm just yelling at them from the rooftops, from the street next to them, just at them, like just yelling obscenities. It just was a good time for me. I'm normally pretty chill, but it just felt like the right time to yell at whores on the street. And then went back and did another stream, and I think I slept quite well that night in the end. And the next day, it was literally, I spent 4 hours on a messenger system with a JetBlue agent trying to change my flight. It was the simplest thing in the world. And I assumed they're in India, and I was just trying to explain to them what I wanted to be done. Okay. I said, can you do it for me? Can you just change this flight? Sure. And then why don't you try it? Okay, I'll try it. Tell me what to do, because I've got 2 of these accounts. That took them an hour. I knew what they needed to do. They merged these credit accounts into one. They did all the stuff. Okay, login. Then they started fucking me up with passwords and reset. Everything was just all over the place. 4 hours I was spent I was drinking in the middle of it by this point on Sunday morning. Just 4 hours. Just like, can you just fucking do what you're supposed to do? And then eventually they get the same error, and I get that. And I was like, listen, I'm going to start tweeting about you now. And as soon as I did that tweet with JetBlue, they DM'd me and went, what's the problem? And I was like, I just took screenshots of the agent's chat. So he's probably been dragged out into the streets of England, whipped with reeds. Good. Do your fucking job, dummy. I gave you a chance, but 4 hours of taking the piss. At the end, it was all over $4 or $5 that had to be adjusted. In the end, they just waived the $4. I was like, yeah, do that in the first place. I'm giving you enough money. Waive the fee right away. That's how you fucking solve it if you're getting an error. Absolute night. It was way longer than that. There were way more problems than that. Yeah, it was but as soon as I started tweeting, it got resolved. So I think they already got the bollocking. Like the boss had to come down and go, look, we're having now public embarrassment. But because they don't like that, companies. They don't like the tweet. It's just that that's now on their public page, and they don't like that, so they're straight in there. Anyway, that finally got sorted out. Day drank, rested, half slept, rested, watched issues around in a bit of DC before he died. I had all the burpees. DC did a 24-hour stream, and I was going to make him do 14 sets of burpees in the last 8 hours, but it turns out he was sick and couldn't carry on. I'd missed that. The flight at Nashville was delayed, and then we got on and was grounded for 2 hours before we left the gate, which was fun. That was fun. And that's where I met who I first called Oinka, filing her nails. As soon as you realised she would be bored, she folded down the food tray and started filing out. So there's nail dust everywhere. I know it's her food tray, but other people have got to come in and eat off that. And if you think they clean those planes, they fucking don't. They pick up the mess quickly. Yeah, they don't fucking wipe shit down. There's nail dust everywhere. So at this point, I upgraded her to clown bitch, and she was just complaining the whole play. It wasn't good. And then she was putting fake nails on. That's when she got the clown bitch upgrade. And then she started having trouble picking shit up. She had 10 bags and she couldn't pick everything up because her nails are this fucking long. That was a hard one. And then New York was just like, it was a bit of a disaster. I mainly just waited around for a day and a half. Just did 18 hours of just waiting around. I didn't do much. I couldn't be fucked. So I was sleeping in public and not sleeping and fucking around. Finally got back today, but back to the wrong city. So then I had to come by car for 5.5 hours after that as well. So then, that brings me up to right now. May have forgot some stuff, may not have done. I don't know. I spent less time out there than I was going to, but more time than I needed because I'm fucked up. And now the energy is... And if I'm going to go and do this gig, I need to leave here in 50 minutes. But I feel maybe I should. I don't know. I didn't have any intention of doing it. But I get these funny ideas and then have to follow them through, even though I'm now when you've had so much energy and you've not slept for days. I don't know if you feel that, but I get it. And then all of a sudden, it's like the cocaine's wearing off. It's just not that I had any coke, but it's just I'm starting to flag internally now and think, what's the point? What's the fucking point? So anyway, I'll basically stop talking now. I don't know what's going on there. Hey OGM, how you doing? Actually, it was fine. I found it was fine. Craig, normally JetBlue have been great. The flight out was great. The app's been fine. It was literally, it was crashing when I was trying to pay $5. I was like, can you just fix this? And it was just the particular agent I got in some fucking New Delhi, because he wasn't in the USA. We'll investigate where the JetBlue assistant agents are. They're not fucking in the US. But it got resolved very quickly. But I just wasted so much time on the fucking thing. Yeah, I'm finding it easier in general to change flights around. But that getting grounded in Nashville isn't their fault. They had one crew to do every jetway and every piece of luggage in the whole airport because no one turned up to work. So we had to wait, and after 90 minutes, we could hear some noise. Think, oh, the bags are coming on, and he got on the thing. Went, that's not our bags. That's the bags from the previous people that got here. They're taking off. We've still got to wait. So that was fun, and they won't pull away from the gate because then they're late, right? If they're at it, they're still on time. But they have put $50 credit in my travel bank for that delay, which is nice. So that can be a discount for the next flight that I get. But I enjoyed the flight over. To be fair, on the main flight, it was good. Food was alright as well for an airline. OGM, I'm going to get 10 AGMs. Still worth it. Yeah. I can't. If I do drugs, I'll fall asleep unless I get Coke. But yeah, I've got some beers in the fridge from when I went away, so I might take a couple of beers. But I'm really not feeling good now. I felt great when I had the idea to do this an hour ago. I felt on top of the world. I was like, "How have I got so much energy? I've come home, I've done the laundry, I've showered, I've fucking." This isn't the same thing I've had on for weeks, by the way. That's in the wash because almost everything I own is covered in dog hair, whether I wore it or not. So there's a lot of hair off those dogs. Brett isn't lying about that. Jesus. But very, very sweet, actually, the Huskies. Very, very sweet. Jasmine, very nervous, but was all right with me by the end. What's his face? Dempsey, pretty chill, but then in the evening's very happy and wants his head on you. And then Kenobi's just, he's messed up, and but he loves to sniff. He loves to just waddle around and sniff, and he's blind, but he'll sniff my balls and the feet and all that stuff. Loved it when I brought my bag out after 3 days. So why didn't you tell me you had these goodies to smell? Realised I hadn't washed my jeans or anything for weeks, so they've had all the food on it for weeks. Smells of Manchester, New York planes. So they were just fascinated by my jeans because there's so much grime in there and scents. They saw colours. They saw dog colours in there. That's for sure. Clown bitch. I didn't smell any of it. It was just the sight, and she wasn't a skanky. She was a fairly young person that was normal, wasn't stinky. 6 out of 10. But as soon as that filing started, I was like, I want to get your head and just smash it through the fucking window. But then the hilarity of the end, having to pick up all the bags that she complained there wasn't enough space for on a regular airline in economy because she's brought 6 bags on and then complained there isn't enough space. Yeah. Everyone else takes fucking 1, you moron. And now she's got the nails that she can't fuck it, and then she complained about that. This airline, and you can tell what they are. They've gone down as a family because mum and dad were behind us. They've gone down as a family to wear cowboy hats and be annoying. All right, I was annoying around Nashville in parts as well. I was yelling at women on pedal bars. Admittedly, I was annoying, but I think they're the people you should be annoying to. I'm not annoying locals, I'm just annoying fucking worst tourist to me. I am a tourist, admittedly, but I'm chill. I'll sit there, I'll drink, I'll have some banter with whoever's behind the bar, whatever's going on, ringing around with this stupid accent. Yeah, I went into this old guy checking IDs on the way in, and he looks at mine, he's like, British driving license. He's looking at it for 2 minutes, going, They still works the same. There's still a picture and a date of birth, and it still works the fucking same. So I had to tell him, it's there on the top. Brett goes, he's not from around here. And he's like, well, I know. Yeah. The numbers are the same, aren't they? I had to calm myself down. I don't know what I watched. I don't know what movie I watched. I was just so out of it on that flight. And then on the way back, on the way back on the main flight. I sat next to it. Very nice, very nice. Thank you, JetBlue, for very, very attractive. I'll say very, very attractive lady that might have been black. And so when I'm looking at what to watch on the, I don't know what the point of me telling you this is. It might be terrible. When I was looking at I didn't watch Amistad. When I was looking at what to watch on the screen there, I did watch Shaq, the documentary about famous legendary basketball player Shaquille O'Neal. I did watch all of that. Now I don't know if that decision was influenced by this. It might have been, at least the concept. But actually, I enjoyed it and I did want to watch it. I was like, "Oh, Shaq, did I see it? No, that was the. Oh, you can't say that was the Jordan one because then that'll sound bad." But it was just the other basketball one. I was like, "No, I haven't seen the Shaq one." But yeah, 4 episodes, it was good. I fell asleep halfway through. I had to wake up, but I know I was doing weird shit in my sleep again. I know I do it. Honestly, I can feel myself. Like if you're sat next to me on the plane, I can feel that I'm doing stuff like, oh, mind that headbutt this monitor. I can feel myself doing stuff like when I'm asleep, like a fucking raptor. Like, I know I'm doing that and hitting a fucking. I know because I'm awake enough to know that I'm being mental, but not awake enough to have any control over it. Well, yeah. So then after that, I'm always very conscious, or like. So I'm always very conscious when I wake up that, and then I sort of look over. Yeah, I know then I've been causing problems for that. And there was one time the guy came around with a really good cookie ice cream sandwich they gave me at the end, but I was so confused. Like, you want my tray? Or you want the Pepsi? But he had an ice cream. I was just that out of it, that tired. But yeah, no, the cookie ice cream sandwich was good for airline food. Come on, it's not. It's gone up in the world. He's so tall. Oh, that's right. Yeah, date formatting. Of course. He's like, what the fuck? What's month 19? Yeah, you're right. That's what would have fucked him up. And I don't think he was the sharpest tool in the box as well, you know. I mean, his job is to sit outside a bar looking at IDs. But he gets some international training. Nashville solo tourists, American tourists mainly, but also, you know, saw some Chinese there as well. God knows what they're like. He's so tall. Yeah, me too. I want to see the CCTV from the Irish bar when after I was maliciously drugged, what that looked like from the outside. Because I could hear, I forgot to say this, I could legitimately hear everybody's inner thoughts. And they were echoing for hours whilst I couldn't move properly. So that was good. Good times. But next time I'll be having about 10 instead of about 45. I think I took the other half of one of cats in the bar where I realised I was high. That we're in for a penny now at this point. And then Mind Dog did trick me into eating another one on the way. Yeah, that's my story. I'll sometimes say maliciously drugged and sometimes I'll take personal responsibility for you. Never know which way I'm going to go. But yeah. Chemically raped on the streets of New York, I'd say. Even though it was definitely because for ages in the stand, I was trying because Mind Dog's old and deaf. I was going, Mind Dog, give me some of your fucking drugs. And he's like, huh? And we're eating bichette and drinking beer, tequila. I was like, give me some of your fucking drugs. And I'm trying to say it without the waitress hearing because they're really good. And they're like, can I get you anything? Yeah, your tits are great. Natalia, can I marry you, please? At the stand. But can I have a drug? Okay. And eventually I was like, well, I'll have some of Cat's saying because I knew his was weaker, Cat's was stronger. So I'll have half one of Cat's. And I think they took one with me. And then I think when I realized I was really high, I just went, there's the other one. And then very soon after, here, eat this. Eat this, asshole. Oh, is this weed? Sorry, what? So I gave myself, I literally drugged myself, but I can say tricked. No. Yeah, but I kind of had an idea of how much milligrammage I wanted to consume, and it wasn't 45; it was about 8. So I had the but then I'm drunk in the day anyway, so I'm not making great decisions. Force feed you mushrooms? No, I get force fed weed and coke when I'm with a certain couple of comedians. No, one comedian and his wife. that I know. And then, this was weed. Shrooms have not been ecstasy back in the day. I was basically very much talked into doing that. I was like, I don't want to do it. Go on, though. For like 2 hours. No, I don't want to. Go on, just eat one. Go on. And then I'm just drinking. And at some point, yeah, sure. Thank you very much, Kat. No, I'm grateful. Very grateful, and they taste great as well. These little gummy. It was palmed in such an expert drug deal as well. It was great because Napo's were in an official little bag. I had this all up in a little elastic band. It was great. It felt sorted. It felt great to sneak that out in the stand, even though they're not going to give a shit. But yeah, there we go. Your friend has chocolate bars and mushroom chocolate bars. Oh, like Joey Diaz style. Yeah. So I guess you get a range of strength in that as well. My buddy, I nearly said his name. My buddy that will be up here again soon. He had these mushroom pills before. He had 2 for him, but he basically gave me 1 because we were together, and that was a nice little giggly night. But I would like to take about 4 of them and go and look at some lights and stuff. If I'm become a female Marvel thing, yeah. Well, I'll be back for sure. And the next one's going to be less chaotic as well. This one was kept because I kept moving it and changing the length of it, and the internal flights to Nashville were all fucked up, and I didn't organise them soon enough. I'm never going to Newark because that'll be JFK all day. It's so easy to get between JFK and Manhattan. Yeah, not for me. Not all that, especially because I went so late as well down there. But yeah, I'll be back. I'm back in a few months, so I'll do a lot more. I'll be in the New York area for longer, whether it's at either end of it or in one. And then I need to go over to some other states over, more westerly, more westerly, I think. But yeah, I might be able to come out to the States for a while. I'll work on that to be able to be out there for a while. I might have to be busy at times, but I'll have plenty of time to explore and to take awful things, do awful things, say awful things, and to make people pregnant, God damn it, which is all I want, even if they're homeless. It was a fun night for sure. The Tuesday make special, but Jesus Christ, I'm not going to move. But I'm going to do some training. I got in a training because I wasn't drinking before I came out, and I drank 17 beers to myself last Saturday, which if I hadn't have done, I would have died in Nashville, by the way. I'll get in a training for edibles over the next 6 months for sure. Just start the Rocky montage, and I'll overdo it once or twice. I'll mung out again once or twice, but I'm just going to work out. But it is harder here because we don't get them manufactured here. We get some companies that kind of do. Sometimes you can find them on Instagram before the police go and get them. But I have to get them from dirty friends, and that someone else has made it in the kitchen, and you've no idea how much weed is in it or what kind of weed. So you just have to kind of take some vague advice, and then. But if I get a batch, I'll know they should be more or less the same, so I can, spend a few days going in and out of the devil's penis. I locked up. Am I still going around? Am I still going around? That's how tired I am now. Am I still streaming? Is this still? No, you're smoking. Oh, you fucked up, is what you mean. You fucked up. I was walking back to my vape. Yeah, it's not the same person even. Yeah, I'm going mental now. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I'm up for it all. As long as if I know I'm monging out. I didn't really want to do that at night in the city. I would have been more productive. But as long as I know that there's time here, because I had so little time this time as well. But it was at the end of the night. It was fine. As long as I know that, okay, let's pencil out that entire fucking night just in case I extra mong. And if there's just basically a sofa or, a really comfortable homeless man, a fat homeless man that's eating all the other homeless men and their food. Yeah, we can't even get medical, so we can't even legally buy anything. There's some medical thing somewhere, but it's super strict. You can't just get a card and that kind of stuff. And edibles are just... I can go to Amsterdam and get them in shops, and that's only 45 minutes for me to get there, to be honest, and I can get there cheaply. But here I've got to rely on what people have made, and it's just that, yeah, it's an unknown, and then you've got to test it. And how crazy are they getting? But there are some people that do it, but they obviously pop in and out because they'll just put adverts out online and then they'll get closed down eventually. But I probably have some connections. Well, I mean, someone that rhymes with Spandy Spaker that might have a YouTube channel called Spus Bubba Spat Spice Books is a known procurer of things, and obviously I know a few comedians that, let's face it, are drug addicts. So I can, I've always got someone to call that are not too far away. Yeah, $35, 100 milligram. Yeah, I think they were quite pricey, because Napo had some free samples on him from his dispensary, but he brought 2 pre-rolls of Moon Rocks. Oh yeah, he had Moon Rocks as well, which is probably why. I can't remember the name of the dispensary. I think it was on 7th Avenue. But it was quite nice. It was two just obviously really chill guys in there, and all the signs are like, we've got a CID and all that, and they thought we were both international tourists. They was like, what do you want? Napo was like, I never smoked weed before. I think I took a couple of pictures in there because I do what I want. Basically, that's the pub I went in whilst crying. No, that can't be the same day. Oh, okay, we've got to go back this way, dickhead. Yeah, so in there, let me see if there's some prices here. Oh, they're pre-rolls. Then there's ounces and grammage of weed, but I can't see any edibles there. Extracts. Oh, they're cartridges, so they're $55 a gram or something. But yeah, they had a load of edibles in there as well. It's quite a good job, to be honest. But it's probably not too dissimilar in the center of New York, I would think. I think it might maybe a bit cheaper out on Long Island, but I've no idea. Yeah, to them, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I felt very lucky. I didn't do everything I wanted to do, but I felt very lucky in that I had a good bunch of people around to get me fucked up. Basically, we told that everyone that I met contributed to that, and had some good conversations as well. So, yeah, I'll be back. Coffee's now cold. I'm debating. Fuck, I wanted more time. Let me go get a beer. Let me go get a beer a second. I am in my pants, so I'm going to do this. You know what I mean by pants. I mean, you can see my penis. Ah, you fuck. Get your hands off my penis. There we go. There's a little box thing there. Yeah, got this. I've just got Creepy Stella in the fridge. I brought so many nice beers before I went away, and I drank 27 of them in 2 days. But yeah, very, very lucky to meet some people. I wasn't getting the comedy night I was at. I wasn't very good at getting people's names. I got a few, and then I just describe, though, as I said. But yeah, there'll be a couple that I'd recognise. One crazy girl who sounded like she'd swallowed a cheese grater, and probably a lot of penises that night as well. Yeah, but it was fun. I'll come back and do a lot more stuff next time. But it's going to be planned. I'd like a bit of spontaneity as well, but I need to plan a lot of stuff. I might even have to be driving at some point. I might even have to, be in deserts. And I know, I always upset someone when I go out because I can't go everywhere in one trip. And there's always going to be someone like, what the fuck are you doing there? Yeah, I just went to one spot at the Producers Club. Fine, it was just a bit chaotic and it was on at different times and stuff. But I met some people. It was fun. Good. I didn't do as much as I wanted to do. But then Tuesday I was just fucked up, and I was meeting those guys. And Wednesday, I was busy. I wanted to do other shit as well, and then I had to do all that stuff at night as well. So I just did one out there in New York, and was going to do something in Nashville as well. But it was just, it's tough. It was tough when you're in every couple of days as well. But that's probably one of the reasons why I'll be coming out for longer as well. And by that point, there'll be some more interesting stuff that we do, particularly after the festivals this year, which can now start getting together. Which is why I probably should go and do this thing tonight to keep it going. I brought a notebook while I was out though. Mine, I'm just keeping my hand in front of there in case. In case I'm oh god, I nearly sat on a ball. Oh yeah, I brought a notebook, and I've still got my London hotel keys in there, so I can't remember where I got it from. I assume London, because I can't. But most of my notebooks are these tiny little things, and they get scraggly and they get torn up and everything like that. So if I get one that's substantial, and I always carry a coat jacket big enough for me to carry lots of stuff in, like drugs and beer and the elbows of little people. And just the one toilet stall in Nashville where it had a big gap underneath the toilet, just the one. I assume in case people go in there and have a heart attack, people can get in, to be honest. It's probably the good thing. Strong dark fruit. It's okay. It's okay. There are better things. There are better ciders than Strongbow. But I listen, especially students, they'll drink all that shit. I've drunk Strongbow in general, and the dark fruit's okay. There's some sweeter stuff that I like. There's a Swedish one called Recorderlig. Well, Strongbow's cheap as well. There's one called Recorderlig, which has like berries and raspberry flavour. It's very sweet. And sometimes if it's the summer or I'm really fucking hungover, I'll have a couple of Recorderligs. Because it's just sweet. It's still getting you fucked up, and it's not the beery taste or hard booze. So I love a cider though. We've got some great ciders over here, including like really strong, warm, flat ones that will fuck you up when you've had 4 of those and go outside. But it's been a while since I found a good cider place. There's got to be one in Manchester. So when the sunshine starts coming out, I'll have some cider. Beautiful way to live, pantless. Yeah, I'm cold though. And I literally every long thing I have, apart from that, is in a machine right now, turning around. So I'm gonna have to go out with semi-wet jeans. Because I only own one pair because I'm an idiot. Every time this happens, I'm gonna have to go out with. But when I did that, I wasn't gonna go and do anything. But now I'm thinking to go and do this. So I'll just put semi. But the way I think you can dry jeans whilst wearing them, because your legs, there's quite a lot of person there to get the body heat to dry the jeans, right? So I'm not so worried about jeans. Wet t-shirts are the worst. Well, I found most that I went and did. It was just this one in Nashville it was like this much wood in the middle. And I was like, I'm having a shit. I think Andy Baker hates them more because he's a fat bastard. So, and his YouTube channel is called Another Fat Guy Cooks, and I imagine he has to shit real bad all the time. And I'm an expert at that. I'm a connoisseur of shitting. And it was mainly a sit down pee with a danger fart as I was farting there. But I was looking at it going, that could be, if you're having a real bad time in here, you don't want people looking under the fucking door. That's why I said I hope they don't let midgets in here, because The clothes, all they have to do is this. What are you doing in there, mate? I'm blowing shit up the wall, which I'm going to try and clean off and then have to piss some of it off the back. And then I'm going to try and leave without anyone knowing that it was me that came in here. That's what I'm doing in here. Unbelievable. Go drink some Blue Lagoons and woo-woos. Yeah, okay. Yeah. All that stuff. So over the years, we've had like Smirnoff Ice, then WKD, and all that stuff. And yeah, they make a lot of bluey cocktaily stuff. Well, when I worked at a comedy club, we used to rip the whores off. The whores would come out, and they would go, "We want cocktail. We'll pay for something." So we used to make these jugs of cocktail that had barely any booze in it. It had like a bit of vodka, a bit of something else, half a thing of blue curacao or whatever it was, and then it was just lemonade, soda, and then a bottle of like blue WKD. Mix it. You put some lemons around the edge, and if you really want to get them to love it, you put a sparkler in the top, light the fucking sparkler, and they're paying, ridiculous amounts of cash for this shitty jug of shitty cocktail. And then they'll sit there going, "We were drinking cocktail." When I used to feel bad at first serving them that. I was like, this isn't. You can't give people this and charge them this much money. And the manager's like, "Yes, we fucking can." And then you realise how they behave, and they are the worst customers in those sort of places. You think, okay, yeah, I'm going to take your money, and I'm probably going to pocket some as well, and just keep giving you shit and less alcohol, and you're already fucked up because you've been day drinking all day and you're probably on coke, which we're going to take. We're going to send security in and confiscate off you and throw you out, and then we're going to keep your drugs, and we're going to do all your drugs when the place closes, which may or may not have happened. That's true. Yeah, at the airport, JFK, he's a disabled one a couple of times, and that must be in case it can be perv on the disabled person. Yeah, there were big gaps in there. I was like, well, you're just going to see this, Mr. Cleaner Man. Yeah, of course you want privacy. Yeah, on the whole, we don't have them. Maybe there used to be a couple of old places used to go to that had them, but on the whole, it's a no. It's a no. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up on the hour just before because I want to go over some stuff actually and go out. I assume, yeah, I don't know. I haven't even spoken to anyone now. I'm just going to fucking go and ask someone if I can have a gig tonight. Yeah, but I think, yeah, maybe it's just the saloon. You like this keeping some history. You like the saloon doors. And you think, why not put them in a toilet and make them less attractive? I have no idea. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit floaty-minded now. And maybe I've dosed myself. Maybe someone's maliciously dosed me. Maybe someone gave me something which is on a 6-day time release. Yeah, and if I've inadvertently taken or kind of know that I've taken too many edibles, I won't go in public. I think that's the move, just to not be around people at places where I'm very obviously public and in a spotlight and where people look at all the time. Maybe they just thought I was retarded. Maybe I was so high and drunk. I was like, "Go away. Don't be mad if I look weird." Which makes them bad for trying to take me home, and it makes the barman great for not charging me much money for my beers and helping me out and not robbing me. So maybe they just thought, "God, we've let one in now. We can't, find an excuse not to. Let's just serve him, charge him less." And did he say something about hi? He said trying to say hello. Hiya. He's got an accent. Yeah, just don't worry about it. I've got a friend. Of course you have. Of course you have. I had a couple of good nights' sleep, but for the most part, no. In the last 2 days, yeah, nothing. And it's all been like The 20-second nods. Yeah. So I'm in this weird space. You're like Dorothy in a field in front of us with no snow to wake you up. Drug your dog 5 sedative before we get a vet visit. There we go. Yeah, these danger Americans that I know, just drugging everything around it that moves. Oh, that's sweet. Drug it. Yeah, undoubtedly the lack of sleep. Yeah, I was going to do a little thumbnail for this. Yeah, Twitch stuff. I don't know. I might. The problem is I've now got my American SIM card stuck in here because I didn't take my SIM shit with me, like the international pack that I have, my Brazilian shit and my SIM tool. I've got no way of opening it. So now I'm just stuck. So I've got no way of using the internet out and about. I would have done. No, it's a bit rainy today anyway, but I need to find that tomorrow because clearly I didn't take it with me. But I think I have left some clothes in my hotel room in New York. I think I did leave a pile of clothes there, like dirty underwear, a couple of t-shirts. Slightly annoyed about it, to be honest, especially the t-shirts, because I like to rotate the same 5. I think I just threw some dirty shit into the corner down behind one of the beds and just didn't check that when I left. Blinky. Well, I'm always blinky. I just didn't know until Shannon told me in public. Said, sometimes I blink. She goes, "No, you do that in person as well." Because you just like when you were talking, you're like that. And at first, I thought you'd being rude. I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize. I just do it all the time." Yeah, tired, drunken blinky is definitely a thing that occurs as well. I'm trying to remember what fucking time. Yeah, I think I've got to leave in about 10 minutes. I'll try and attempt to go and do some stand-up tonight then. Or do I want to? Yeah, I'll go and hide somewhere and decide in the next hour. I might change my mind, to be honest, particularly if it's too late to go on. When you're tired, you blink. So yeah, I'm basically falling asleep. So when I lost consciousness in a bar, I just went, oh, where am I? I must have just been. Oh, I'd like to think my eyes were open, and I was just catatonic, just like probably thinking about his mum and trains and that. Don't bother him. Great bar stuff. Thank you. Could have my head split open. All right, it's been an hour pretty much. Go away. Don't know what I'm doing. Wednesday I'll do one of these. Friday I'll do one of these. Twitch will appear at various intervals around the time. I've said this for the last 5 weeks. We'll try and nail Shannon down for coming on an episode. And maybe we'll do that on Twitch for something different as well. But yeah, let me get on with that and go and do stuff and find out if I'm doing stuff with the best air conditioning in the world in Florida. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Yeah, you'd have to. Warm places, got to have it. Brazil too, great. Everywhere's designed to keep everything fucking freezing inside. In this country, we're designed to keep heat in. It's just everything. When it's warm, it's fucking horrible because you're just sweating because everything's insulated. Yeah, nice to see everyone in here. Caitlin, Carl as well. You're awesome. You druggy people. Cat, Becky, Kelly. Mind Dog when he was popping out earlier too. I think that's it. If I've forgot anyone, I do apologise. I do apologise sincerely. And when I say it, it's more cultured anyway. I don't think there's anything else to say apart from just check. Oh yeah, the tornado. I didn't get to that as well. We tried to get hot chicken, but a tornado had taken out of Countess Power. I think we couldn't get hot chicken. We had to eat 7-Eleven sliders and pizza, and that was disgusting. But apart from that, maybe it is the reason why I watched Shaq 10 out of 10. So yeah, goodbye on Shack Attack, I suppose. Yeah, that sounds fine when I say it. Probably the white guy.